I started off the day, nice. Oh, just another day. Zack Wheeler rumors. Zack Wheeler's going to sign this weekend, probably. All nice and happy-go-lucky. And then at 11:15, I got the news. Zack Wheeler signed with the Philadelphia Phillies. Ain't it ironic that I'm wearing a red shirt? Ain't no way ever it's correlated with the Philadelphia Phillies. During that time, all the way here. Go to class. I'm like, literally in class, I'm talking to my teacher about this. I'm like, you know what? He's signed with the Phillies. I'm bummed. I know. He's just like there. He's very streaky. He's either really dominant or really bad or really dominant. Like there's almost no middle ground yet. His middle ground is this dominance and the lower just balancing out in the middle is creating his stats. We've seen him be absolutely dominant, lights out. I mean, he'll go dominant, lights out. 3, 4, 5 starts in a row. Lights out. Striking out like 10. No runs. 1 walk. Couple hits here and there. Dominant. And then you see the Zack Wheeler going 5 innings. Putting up 100 pitches in like 5 innings. Allowing like 5 runs. Then you have that Wheeler. And we just haven't seen him consistently be dominant the entire campaign of a season. Zack Wheeler, we have seen the most dominant form 2018 after the All-Star break when he was a better pitcher. Hear me out. Zack Wheeler was a better pitcher than Jacob deGrom in the second half of 2018. Like, who would believe that? The only people that believe it is Mets fans. Mets fans who watched the second half were always like, oh yeah, we got Zack Wheeler going for us today. Dominant. And when I saw that Wheeler signed with the Phillies, I know how nasty he is. I was immediately just like literally that was me. I took my hat I was wearing, I just slamming it onto the ground. I'm like, no, this can't be happening. Please say it's false. I shriveled up onto the floor and was just laying there like, no, please don't be happening to me right now. Well, it was obvious happening. 5 years, $118 million. I know this is Mets week, but, the Mets at least are stealing from the Phillies, getting a draft pick from the Philadelphia Phillies. So if this player turns out to be the new Mike Trout that the Mets pick, and that would be a Phillies draft pick, oh, I'm so glad that they did it. But, we don't know that yet. That'll prove itself in 2025. That date's going to be the best year for Mets baseball, I think, of my life. 2015 is at the top right now, though. So, let's just do a little comparison. I saw this on Draft Nick Mark's video. I watched right before I filmed the second attempt at this video. Hopefully the third attempt's the final one. And he compared Zack Wheeler with Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole's last 2 numbers in Pittsburgh are really, really, really practically identical to those of Zack Wheeler's last 2 in New York. It was odd to think because he also showed a video and also more to back it up. They are practically the same pitcher. Zack Wheeler is, quoting Giraffe Neck Mark, Zack Wheeler is the budget Garrett Cole. I was just thinking about it. I'm like, wow. Garrett Cole, same case. Pretty dominant. Going up until, he was good. He wasn't dominant. He was really good. And then he went to Houston. Then he unlocked that stellar elite Cy Young form. Zack Wheeler, he's good. He's better than good. He's right there. People are saying he's average. I'll get to that. But he hasn't unlocked that form that Garrett Cole did the last 2 years with Houston. And that's the one part about me that makes me shrivel up and think, oh no, the Phillies just made a great signing. And okay. Phillies. Let's talk about the Phillies now. Done with the comparison. I don't want to talk about Zack Wheeler. Phillies. 5 years, $118 million. Are they overpaying for him? Yes. Straight up, yes. I would barely even offer Zack Wheeler $100 million, $20 million a year straight up. I would start probably more $15 million, and then I would exponentially increase, exponentially just increase, and, maybe this was a good idea, signing him this much money. But I just haven't seen enough dominant Zack Wheeler for a season that I can assure that he will be good enough to earn $120 million. And there's that one part back in my head with what I just said, just saying, ooh, Zack Wheeler just isn't going to find it in Philadelphia. Something is telling me that he hasn't established himself as a good enough pitcher yet. I'm telling you, just there's this bad feeling that I have for Zack Wheeler, that he's just gonna keep being really streaky throughout his career. I wish him luck. He was a Met. I wished him the best. I wanted him to win. But with Philadelphia, it's not that I don't want him to do bad. I just have a feeling that he won't be able to perform as good. No one's gonna perform as good as he did second half 2018. But I just don't think he'll be that dominant an entire half of season even. I just think he's going to remain streaky for a month on, month off. That's the name of Zack Wheeler in practically the last two seasons. He's month on, month off. The only time, like I said, second half 2018 has been his only dominant form. Otherwise, just not seeing it. And connecting this to the Mets, like I said, draft pick is Mets week 19, my bad. I know my years. This part gets me a little cuckoo. The New York Mets did not even offer a contract to Zack Wheeler. You could have thrown out $500. Sure, $20 million you trade to people. The rotation's fine. You lost players and you gained prospects. Trade Familia and Lowry and Dominic Smith. Ship them away. They're gone. Money. Yeah, you've done the same thing. You at least made an offer. Would he accept it? Probably not. And I know they did issue him an offer, a tender qualifying offer, but they didn't even offer him like a multi-year deal. They didn't offer him more than whatever that 17 point whatever million, 18 point whatever million qualifying offer is. They just, here's a qualifying offer. Oh, you declined it? Okay, have fun. We'll take our draft pick. That's literally what the Mets front office said. Yes, that could be good in the fact that Brody has things stirring. He knows what he's going to do within this organization. He has the idea of, I'm going to go get a starting pitcher and fill multiple needs at once. Or the CUPONs just don't want to spend that money. Zack Wheeler, 5 years, $118 million with the Phillies. I'm a Mets fan, don't like it. To the point I said about the CUPONs just 2 seconds ago. The part that made me all the way up here. Heck, I don't even think here's a level to explain my excitement. Actually, I guess compared to here, I was here when just after I got the news that this is happening. I was like up here when Callaway got fired, but we're not that high yet because it's not official, and the CUPONs will be sticking around for another 5 years. The CUPONs, I repeat, Jeff and Fred Coupon, the number one shoppers at Walmart, spend all their money at Walmart, are going to sell the team. I repeat, they are going to sell the New York Mets to Steve Cohen. And I was just so excited when I heard that news. First it was like, my friend was just like, Mets are selling the team. I was like, you're just getting under my skin, No, I didn't think much about it because I was like, I don't like the CUPONs, They had terrible owners, don't want to spend money, spend $150 million, the most they've spent on an opening day. And the luxury tax is $50 million more. Tons of room. You see this, tons of room to spend money. And they spend, $50 million shy of the tax. Yeah, they're selling the team. 80%, $2.6 billion worth is going to Steve Cohen. And I'm telling you, I almost want to write it down. You know what? I'll write it down. Call me crazy. I will write it down. Boom. There it is. I wrote it down. It's in that booklet. Mets to contend 2020 World Series. They're going over the luxury tax this season. Like, do you know how ecstatic I am for this? I'm like, yes, they're a New York team. They're going to spend money. They're going to go out, make a move. They don't even have to dump salary at this point because 80% is going to Steve Cohen. He wants to see a good team in New York. He has faith in this team to buy 80% of the share, increase his share in it. And the Wilpons, he's giving them 5 years on this deal. Then they're out of here. Then 2025, all part of Steve Cohen. It's his team. His team. No one else. Just Steve Cohen's team in 2025. Do you know how long 5 years? 5 years, I am going to be a junior in college. If not a sophomore in college, maybe. One of those 2 years. If I'm even in college. Who knows? Maybe Brody Van Wagenen drafted me. You know, we're just going to throw that out there because that's how excited and happy I'm looking forward to that time. They're going to spend money. They're going to make a move this offseason. They're going to make multiple moves this offseason. If Brody knew that, he probably would have offered a contract to Zack Wheeler. You know, it's just the CUPONS. They could have went out and done so much last offseason. Could have signed Harper and traded and just they could have won the World Series. Think about the Mets signing Harper, you know, or Machado. Trading like Frazier and stuff, prospects, they could have done so much last offseason, but we all know they were constricted to a tight budget. And this year, knowing that they had $208 million, if not more, to spend, and they're currently, $35-40 million away, makes me feel so great. They could literally keep the entire team they have and sign a Garrett Cole. Imagine the Mets rotation of DeGrom, Cole, Syndergaard, Stroman, and Matz. Like, oh my goodness, that's okay. That's probably not gonna happen. Let's be honest here. But the fact that the CUPONs are giving up 80%, that's just me being, oh yes, I'm just so excited. I could talk and ramble forever on this. Like, let's just sum this up in a couple of sentences now. The Mets ownership has 5 years. The CUPONs, Jeff and Fred Wilpon, 5 years. 2025, they're out. Steve Cohen's buying 80% of the Mets, and they're estimated at $2.6 billion. The Mets didn't offer a contract to Zack Wheeler, and Wheeler signed with the Phillies. The Mets get a draft pick from the Phillies for the qualifying offer. And just a little other elephant rumors, or not even elephant rumors. Braves signed Cole Hamels, another play. As the Mets sit on the couch, yeah. Well, we can't spend money, so why don't you guys go make every move? That's changing now. Mets are in on races. I'm telling you, this thing's official. The Mets are in on some big name free agents if they don't sign by then. It's my only worry is this 80% share. And talking in this meeting with Steve Cohen and Brody Van Wagenen is not going to happen soon enough before this one guy, hopefully tomorrow's video I talk about, will be off the board. So yeah, I'm going to hopefully keep this Mets week going, boys. Going strong. 3 days in, this one, like I said, I'm trying to get other stuff done, but there's so much big news to talk about. Especially, I could have made one video ranting about Steve Cohen buying share. Like, let's just get it. Mets fans are excited. It's the day they've been waiting for forever. Like, it's like our early Christmas present is the Mets getting new ownership. Like, oh yes, I'm just so excited. So yeah, I gotta stop rampaging. This video I could talk about an hour for this and repeat so many things. Thank y'all so much for watching. YouTube recommends you watch this video as well. This is my most recent upload. Click right here to subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.